Are you ready to future-proof your leadership strategy? Last year, 73% of companies using AI in executive decision-making reported a 27% boost in operational efficiency. Yet, half of today's business leaders still cling to traditional methods, risking irrelevance in a rapidly evolving landscape. In this video, I'll introduce the 5-step ADDI framework, a proven approach helping executives enhance their leadership with AI. You'll discover how companies like Microsoft and Unilever leverage artificial intelligence to stay ahead of the competition while navigating ethical challenges. If you're ready to lead smarter and faster, this framework could be your game changer. Let's dive in. A Fortune 500 CEO vetoes a potential merger because their gut says it's too risky. 6 months later, they learn their competitors moved forward with a similar deal and captured 89% of the projected market share. This scenario highlights how human judgment often overrides data-driven insights, with costly consequences. Research from McKinsey shows 70% of strategic decisions fail due to cognitive biases embedded in human thinking. Leaders frequently fall prey to overconfidence bias, where 82% of executives rate their decision-making ability as above average, a statistical impossibility. Recency bias causes teams to overweight recent events, like dismissing long-term market trends after one bad quarter. Confirmation bias leads executives to seek information that supports their pre-existing views while ignoring contradictory evidence. These biases distort decision-making. Much like trying to navigate with a cracked lens, what you see feels clear, but is fundamentally flawed. Microsoft's AI investment analyzer recently identified an acquisition target their leadership team had rejected as too expensive. The system analyzed 147 variables the humans had overlooked, including patent portfolios and talent retention metrics from similar deals. This led to a $4.2 billion acquisition that delivered 29% higher returns than projected. Unlike human analysts, AI doesn't suffer from sunk cost fallacy. It reevaluates decisions as new data emerges without emotional attachment to past choices. IBM's Watson uncovered shifts in Asian semiconductor demand 3 months before human analysts noticed the trend. The AI detected subtle changes in procurement patterns across 11,000 suppliers that humans couldn't process at scale. It also debunked false pattern recognition, proving that fluctuations in customer complaints were statistically insignificant noise, not a meaningful trend. A most persistent blind spot AI corrects might be availability bias. After a high-profile data breach, one tech company's board rejected a cloud migration for years, despite AI models showing a 93% lower security risk than their on-premise systems. The system calculated actual breach probabilities rather than reacting to headline-driven fears. The real transformation happens when leaders use AI to augment judgment. Unilever's human-in-the-loop system combines AI's unbiased analysis with executives' contextual knowledge, improving decision speed by 41% without sacrificing accuracy. Recognizing biases is just the start. Building systems to counteract them is where lasting impact begins. When Unilever discovered their hiring algorithms were rejecting 70% of qualified candidates, they completely redesigned their approach. This overhaul focused on aligning AI capabilities with specific leadership challenges rather than forcing existing processes onto new technology. Their experience highlights a critical lesson. Successful AI implementation starts with intentional design, not technical capabilities. The design phase is like tailoring a custom suit. It requires matching AI solutions to precise leadership pain points. Most companies make the opposite mistake. They implement AI first, then look for problems to solve. Siemens avoided this by identifying 3 key decision-making bottlenecks: market forecasting delays, talent assessment inconsistencies, and resource allocation inefficiencies, before creating their leadership AI toolkit. Their targeted solutions sped up strategic planning by 35%. Before selecting AI tools, leaders must answer 3 critical questions. What specific leadership challenge will this address? A retail chain using AI for inventory management realized too late it didn't solve their actual problem, predicting regional demand shifts. What data infrastructure is required? Netflix's content recommendation system succeeds because they built robust data pipelines first. How will humans interact with the AI outputs? Cisco created decision protocols specifying when leaders can override AI recommendations, a crucial step many organizations overlook. L'Oréal transformed succession planning by designing AI to analyze 87 variables, from project performance to peer feedback patterns. This increased promotion accuracy by 40% and reduced turnover among top talent by 28%. Their success stemmed from designing around a clear objective, identifying leadership competencies aligned with their corporate culture. The ADDI model, analysis, design, development, implementation, evaluation, provides a structured approach to AI adoption. In the design phase, Microsoft created AI personas tailored to leadership scenarios, like their strategy advisor persona that simulates market responses to potential mergers. Similarly, Unilever mapped 142 leadership decisions to potential AI augmentations before building anything. Effective design also includes ethical guardrails. Salesforce integrated bias detection into their AI tools, flagging potentially discriminatory recommendations and requiring human sign-off. This prevents the black box problem while maintaining accountability. The most successful implementations enhance human judgment. Airbus designed supply chain AI to present ranked options with reasoning, improving decision quality while keeping leaders engaged. A Fortune 500 CEO once dismissed AI with the words, "I don't need to understand AI, I have people for that." 6 months later, his company lost $200 million due to a flawed implementation that disrupted their supply chain. This costly mistake highlights a growing issue. 60% of AI projects fail because leaders treat AI as just another software tool, ignoring the deeper organizational learning it demands. The development phase is where most failures occur. Installing AI tools is straightforward. Equipping leaders to use them effectively is not. Siemens tackled this by creating AI translator roles, professionals fluent in both machine learning and business strategy. These translators bridge the gap between technical teams and executives, demonstrating how specific models align with business goals. PepsiCo's 3-month AI leadership program immerses participants in the technology. Executives shadow data science teams, observe model training, and participate in hackathons. The program's standout feature requires leaders to present AI proposals to technical reviewers, exposing gaps in their understanding. Graduates report 42% fewer implementation errors compared to peers without this training. 4 core AI literacies define effective leadership in this landscape. First is model awareness, understanding what AI approaches can and cannot do. A bank CEO avoided a costly mistake by recognizing their predictive hiring tool relied on correlation-heavy models, unsuitable for causation-based decisions. Second is data fluency, the ability to evaluate input quality. Microsoft trains leaders to ask, what biases might exist in this training data, before trusting recommendations. Third is ethical reasoning, anticipating unintended consequences. When Unilever's AI prioritized prestigious university degrees in hiring, executives adjusted the model to avoid disadvantaging diverse candidates. Fourth is change management, preparing teams for AI adoption. Mastercard's AI readiness assessments measure digital literacy and automation anxiety before rolling out tools. The black box myth often deters leaders. Many assume AI outputs are incomprehensible. But modern explainability techniques make models transparent. Amazon's governance team requires tools to provide plain English reason codes, helping leaders catch flawed assumptions. This questioning mindset safeguards decisions and improves outcomes. Ultimately, successful AI adoption depends on leaders who engage critically with the technology, applying these competencies to drive smarter, more informed decisions. When JP Morgan introduced AI decision tools to their investment teams, only 11% of analysts used them regularly. Analysts resisted not because the technology failed, but because it disrupted workflows without clear benefits. After redesigning the interface to align with analysts' decision processes and demonstrating specific time savings, adoption soared to 89% within 6 months. This stark contrast highlights a critical truth. Successful implementation hinges on addressing human factors as much as technical performance. Navigating AI implementation can feel like crossing a minefield. One misstep can derail progress. 3 common mistakes often undermine success. Assuming training equals understanding. A European bank spent $4 million on generic AI training, only to find tellers needed concrete examples of how it reduced account opening errors. Neglecting middle management. Hilton's AI scheduling tools stalled until managers were trained to interpret and advocate for AI recommendations. Treating pilots as temporary tests. Target succeeded by treating pilot stores as permanent adopters, creating proof points that inspired other locations. The transition from pilot to full-scale implementation is where many stumble. Pilots often use clean data and enthusiastic teams, but full integration must handle messy realities. American Express learned this when scaling their AI fraud detection system. While the pilot thrived, real transaction volumes revealed latency issues. They resolved this by gradually increasing volume by 5% weekly, optimizing along the way. To start your AI transformation, follow these 5 steps. 1. Identify one high-impact contained use case, like drafting first versions of market analyses. 2. Appoint both a technical lead and a change manager. Procter & Gamble found this dual leadership improved success rates by 40%. 3. Create adoption metrics beyond accuracy. Measure time savings, decision quality, and user satisfaction. 4. Build feedback loops. Adobe's AI tools improved faster because users flagged problematic suggestions directly. 5. Celebrate early wins. Bosch showcased how AI cut engineering change order processing from 3 days to 6 hours, spurring demand. Implementation isn't just about technology. It's about aligning human systems. UPS revised driver incentives to reward flexibility with AI-driven routes, achieving 98% adoption. Treat AI as an evolving capability, like Amazon's tools, which now handle 17 supply chain decisions through weekly iterations. Success lies in adapting to both technical and human complexities. A major bank learned the hard way that traditional success metrics can be dangerously misleading. Their AI system boasted 95% accuracy in loan approvals, until auditors discovered it was optimizing for processing speed rather than default risk. This highlights a critical challenge. Standard KPIs often measure what's easy to track rather than what truly matters in AI-augmented leadership. Organizations like Unilever and IBM have developed more nuanced evaluation frameworks to address this gap. Unilever tracks metrics like decision velocity, how quickly leaders reach quality conclusions, and innovation density, the rate of new ideas generated with AI assistance. Their data shows teams using AI decision support produce 28% more actionable strategies in the same time frame while reducing meeting hours by 34%. IBM, on the other hand, uses frequent evaluations to uncover hidden dynamics, such as the leadership potential of employees who maintain consistent communication across hierarchical levels during crises. These insights inform tailored development programs, ensuring AI's impact extends beyond surface-level efficiency. A Leadership Amplification Index, developed by MIT's Sloan School, offers a multi-dimensional dashboard for assessing AI's organizational impact. It combines time reallocation, hours shifted from routine analysis to strategic thinking, judgment enhancement, improvement in decision outcomes, and team enablement. Subordinates' effectiveness gains. PepsiCo's pilot showed a 22-point index increase, correlated with 18% faster product launches and 13% higher employee engagement scores. This tool helps leaders move beyond binary "does AI work" questions to deeper insights about how AI transforms capabilities. Continuous monitoring is essential to avoid blind spots. Amazon discovered their recruitment AI started favoring certain universities after 6 months, a shift quarterly reviews would have missed. Weekly algorithm health checks now assess fairness, drift, and alignment. Similarly, IBM evaluates talent development AI every 72 hours, enabling them to spot patterns like cross-department collaboration, driving 40% more innovations. These frequent reviews ensure AI remains aligned with organizational goals. Measuring what matters requires discarding outdated success definitions. A pharmaceutical company celebrated their AI's 98% clinical trial prediction accuracy until they realized it wasn't improving drug approval rates. By focusing on downstream impacts, they uncovered weaknesses in anticipating novel failure modes. This shift underscores the importance of continuously evaluating how AI reshapes leadership and decision-making. The pandemic revealed an unexpected leadership lesson. During the crisis, one hotel chain CEO faced plummeting bookings. While their AI flagged declining engagement metrics, it was the CEO's decision to personally call frontline staff, listen to their concerns, and adjust policies that turned the tide. This highlights a critical shift. The most effective leaders don't just rely on data, they merge it with human empathy to adapt and thrive. As AI takes on more analytical tasks, leadership increasingly revolves around uniquely human capabilities that algorithms can't replicate. Airbnb exemplifies this balance. Their AI analyzes millions of data points on market trends, but CEO Brian Chesky emphasizes human connection, writing personal notes to employees, and starting leadership meetings with conversations, not spreadsheets. This blend of machine-scale analysis and human warmth helped them navigate the travel industry's most turbulent years. Their executives now spend 38% more time on people leadership, while AI handles routine analytics. This shift reflects broader trends. EY reports senior leaders now dedicate 55% of their time to high emotional intelligence activities like mentoring and culture shaping, up from 32% a decade ago. Routine analysis occupies just 15%, down from 41%. This redistribution doesn't reduce workload, but reorients it toward higher value contributions. AI enhances rather than replaces human connection. Lattice's AI software, for instance, crafts personalized performance reviews by analyzing employee data while preserving each manager's authentic voice. This approach yields 27% higher acceptance of critical feedback compared to manual processes. Alexander Wayne captures it best. When AI is better than humans, it makes humans better. Leaders who embrace this synergy actively shape how AI amplifies human potential, creating a future where technology and empathy work hand in hand. 3 essential human skills emerge in this AI-augmented workplace. First is contextual understanding, the ability to interpret situations beyond raw data. AI might identify a drop in employee morale, but human leaders discern when external factors, like economic uncertainty, are the root cause. Second is narrative building, transforming data into compelling visions that inspire teams. As Imad Mastaki notes, the ability to tell stories remains a distinctly human strength. Third is ethical navigation, making judgment calls when AI presents technically valid but morally ambiguous options. The leaders who will thrive in the next decade understand this. Leaders who use AI will outperform those who don't. Across industries, the evidence is undeniable. As Paul Hudson of Sanofi says, the goal is becoming the world's leading pharmaceutical company using AI at scale. The critical question isn't whether to adopt AI, but how strategically you'll act. Start by choosing one ADDI phase to implement this week. Analysis or evaluation are great entry points. In this race, only those who adapt will lead. Embrace the AI-human hybrid strategy now, because the future belongs to those who act decisively, lead smarter,